Again, I saw you took in the corner there. You heard the end of that, and we've talked before about how Q tends to get on you even when you look like you're playing perfectly. So, what was your perspective on how he was with you today? And then you point to the scoreboard, you got 34 points, so you must be like, look at that.
Yeah, there were a few times where I knew I could have passed it up earlier, and that's what I've been working on this season, is to kick the ball up the floor instead of dribbling it up. It'll save a lot of energy. So I think that's what he was on me about, just kicking it up earlier, getting into the offense faster. And we did speak about that, and so I need to continue to work on it and try and look for that more.
I guess you feel like you still did okay. They really had no answer for you. What were you seeing out there, especially in the first half?
Yeah, in the first half, I just kept trying to attack and look for my shot. Usually, I don't shoot as many threes as I did, and it was working for me, so I tried to stick to that.
Do you feel like they adjusted how much space that they gave you from the three-point line, in the second half at all?
Not really. I don't think that they adjusted. I don't think they adjusted.
Do you feel like they were giving you too much space the entire game?
Yeah, but then I would penetrate, so it was hard for them probably. But yeah, so then second half I penetrated more because they were coming up a little bit more, and Q was yelling at me to attack, so I started to attack the rim more.
Towards the end of the game, Digna called for the ball, and you kind of just stopped quick and pointed to the sideline. What were you pointing about?
Yeah, because she was wide open, but Q was telling me to just let the time run off the clock. It was very smart play. We didn't need to score. We didn't need a quick score or anything. So if we just let the time run off the clock a bit more, it'll help us in the long run.
Mine, Digna, you guys switched from obviously the record 12 threes in the first half to the points in the paint in the second half. What was the key to kind of shifting your game plan to the points in the paint, and how big was that for you guys to kind of establish that?
I think it was really just to be more aggressive, and really since they were only playing one big the whole time, we really wanted to make sure we challenged her conditioning, make sure we pushed her, and that was really the focus of the whole game. So that's what we tried to focus on, especially going into the second half.
So for Tiana, Amaya had 6 straight points in the third quarter, and then I think it had and one right after that. Kind of the bench ran, all jumped up, all yelled and one afterwards. Do you feel like those 6 straight points by Amaya and one was kind of like a relief for you guys, after they cut a lead to 7?
Yeah, definitely. When we kick it in, most of the time we score because our posts are actually very good, and the number 44 was in foul trouble too. And we knew that. So we were trying to kick it into them. So she wasn't really trying to play defense, and I think that was helping us a lot. And then it helped us. It brought us more energy, and helped us for the fourth quarter.
And Amaya, Q was yelling to you a couple times in the first half after a few missed layups, and then you started converting in the second half. I guess what were some of the things he was yelling to you, and how did you make adjustments there?
It was mostly more on defense, little things that I wasn't doing, like taking charges, making sure that 44 wasn't getting the ball so easily in the post, little things like that, more defensively wise than offensively, and just offensively just making sure that I finished. And that's what I struggled with, of course, in the first half. So I was hoping to make that adjustment more in the second half.
Have you gotten comfortable with rotation with you and Maeva?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's been a big help in trying to continue to be that aggression that we need in the post. So I think it's great that we have that now.
That's a big change from last season, where you were used to playing big minutes. How have you kind of adjusted your preparation there?
It's just overall just continue just to push myself no matter what, continue to work on what I need to work on, and every time I go in, just try to be that aggressive post player that they need me to be.
Do you feel like Q has a little bit quicker of a trigger when it comes to pulling you out after, he pulled you out after that missed layup in the first half? Do you feel like because Maeva's back there, there's always that rotation available?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you certainly aren't surprised teams anymore. It's been a long time since you probably caught a team off guard, but it always amazes me, you make it look so easy when it's not. Why do you get so much room out there to play? I would think the first thing teams would want to do would be a W and get the ball in your hands. but you have a sense for just how much harder you have to work as your career goes along to put up efforts like this when everybody knows, how you make this team go?
Yeah, and I think that was one of the things I was a bit nervous about actually coming into this season, because last season no one really knew who I was coming in, and now this season everyone knew my kind of game. They knew I like to pass, things like that. And so I really just worked on my three-point shot over the summer to make sure I have different things that I can go to if one thing isn't working. So, and I kind of like it when teams try and take me away from what I have to do. I just push harder, and it obviously, if things are going well, I like it. But if things aren't, then I just look to, our shooters, and yeah.
Digna, do you feel like the game kind of slowed down for you guys in the second half, where you were able to get set into your spots a little bit more?
Can you repeat, please?
Do you feel like the game slowed down a little bit, where you guys were able to get set in your spots as opposed to going out in transition?
Maybe a little, yeah, but I feel like still in the start, we have to improve in the start of the third quarter. I feel like we still we coming in not ready to actually go, and all the time the teams are starting to come back on us. It was good that we stopped them and started to play more aggressively, but I feel like we just have to be more ready for that. Yeah, because they still were running us over, and that's how they came back a little, and then yeah.
The team obviously has the ability to score from outside and inside. You're one of the players who can do both for the team. How important do you think it is for you guys to establish both outside and inside moving forward?
It is important to play both things. So because then it's harder for the opposite team to defend. So I feel like that's just what we have to do, and now it is working a little bit more from perimeter, but we know we have that opportunity to go inside. We just have to go, and then when we are going, we're gonna score.
Tiana, you're on the mid-season watch list for the top point guard, which I'm sure you're aware of. So a long ways to go, but I guess I'll just ask you: do you feel like you are the best point guard in the country?
I think I'm a true point guard. I'm not a two guard. There's a lot of point guards out there that can play the 2 and 3, but they're not a true point guard. I do feel like I am a very good true point guard. I haven't watched enough of the the West Coast teams to really know what the point guard positions are over there. So, but I think in this conference, yes, I am the best point guard.
Tiana, a shot that always seems to be open is, when you're taking the ball up the middle of the court, and that left wing, wing three-pointer. What's something that makes that so wide open all the time in transition?
Yeah, I think because I'm a attack the rim kind of player. They don't know whether to come or to stay out to the shooter. So I think that helps the defense deciding which player to take. But yeah, when we have Miranda and Gabby out there and Isis, that's a wide open shot for them.